What's up, guys? Holding Ads Victor here, bringing you the Promised Neverland anime review. This was episode 7, titled 01145. Now, this episode has really hit like a climax. We are close to the first season almost ending. If I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to have only 12 episodes for this first season, so 13, somewhere around there. But it starts off with Sister Chrome, talking to the kids about, working together. And she tells them some benefits of, things that would help them if they work together and stuff like that. And she even explains to them a management system that only for females, that when they hit 12, they have an option of either being shipped off to their death or staying to become a mother, depending on how high their score is and another achievement they have to fulfill. If they can fulfill those two achievements, then they can stay behind as mothers. So it's a very unique system. But it only really works for the females, not really the dudes. So, which brings up the question, where are these kids coming from? The females have to mate with a guy for them to have these kids, right? Unless all these kids are test tube babies. But we've seen them all with belly buttons, so it's kind of weird. But Norman was about to agree to this alliance with her. And Emma was like, wait, what guarantee that we have that you won't betray us? And she told her, well, I can't betray y'all, just like y'all can't betray me. Because if, Ray's a double agent, he can be used by either of us to get us in trouble if any of us betrayed each other, so. And that was basically her excuse, and Emma didn't like it, but she agreed to it. Then she told them, I'll see you later on tonight, come to my room so we can speak more. And then you have Emma, Ray, Dawn, Gayla, and Norman. All five went to the cafeteria. And they were speaking about the situation, and they're talking about, should we trust her, shouldn't we, and stuff like that. And Norman and Ray, of course, as being the two smartest guys there, they bring up good points. Norman was like, she can't betray us or snitch us out because she doesn't have that much authority, so she can't ship us off ahead of time. And then Ray was like, I can get her in check. I can easily get her in trouble with Mama if something were to happen. So they both got their options open, and they're keeping a really tight eye on her and stuff. And they continue their little conversation. And Emma's like reassuring them that we got this, everything's gonna be under control. Then Norman steps off, and before he steps out, he's like, Ray, I need to talk to you about something real quick. So they step off, and Gayla and Dawn, it's kind of like, what's going on between those two. Then we have Emma say, hey, I need a favor from y'all too. Then we cut over to Sister Chrome, and someone knocks on her door, and it's Emma and Norman. And they start talking to her and stuff. And we see in this episode that Sister Chrome is actually very, very smart. I want to say smart, but very knowledgeable. She states, because as they talking, they bring up to her, the watch. And she's like, oh, so this is how you track us. Do you know where the trackers are at in our bodies and how to break them? And she answers yes to both questions. She says it's in your left ear, on the bottom part. And they start talking about, if we break these, how can we take them out of our body to break them? Or just take them out of the body anyway, so just leave them here so we won't get caught. Because, if they get broken, a signal will be sent off. So how can we destroy them or take them off our ear without, doing that? And she bringing up some situations that different ways they can do things. Just to cut the whole bottom ear off and take it out like that, and then hit it up with some medicine they have in the infirmary and stuff like that. Then Emma asks a weird question saying, how old are you? And she was like, it's rude to ask a grown lady what her age is. That's what I would like to say, but I don't mind telling y'all. And she tells them, I'm 26 years old, which that was a shock. I figured she was kind of young, like in her 20s, but I didn't think she was like in her mid-20s. I thought she was like maybe late 20s, or beginning 30s, but she's actually pretty young. She's 26-year-old, Chrome. But she also snitched out Mother Elizabeth's age. And that was a shock, because she's actually 5 years older. She's actually 31 years old. And that shook both Emma and Norman. But again, it was a really weird question, because it's like, why would y'all want to know their age? It doesn't really make any sense. But After that, they gave their watch back and they said goodnight and they were about to leave. Then Chrome started to crack up and they got freaked out and they were like, "Why are you laughing?" And she was like, "Y'all knew all along about how to break the device and where the device is located. Y'all were just pretending and trying to get more information out of me instead of being honest." And they got really shook when she said that. And she was like, not just words can be exchanged to let you know about the other person, but eyes, blinking, sweat, breathing, pulse, heartbeat, all that can let another person read you and let them know about you, besides just your words. And they got really freaked out because that mama was like, Sister Chrome, she actually caught on to that. And then she does like this weird laugh and she shakes in front of them and she's like, she whispers in their ears, "Y'all can come to me anytime you want. See you tomorrow. Good night." And they left the room shook. Of course, the next morning they told Ray what happened and he was like, "What?" And we found out that thanks to Elizabeth getting her mail, that he got his gift, and his gift was a camera. And supposedly he's gonna use one of those old school cameras that, with the pictures, that after you took a picture you have to shake in the light to get it. He's gonna use one of those old time cameras to break apart to make a special weapon, I guess, or a scalpel, and he's gonna use that to destroy the devices and everyone's ears. He didn't get into full detail about it, but that's just my assumption. Since he did say to them, this camera is gonna be our escape ticket to break these, in their left ear, what they have, the little trackers. And he was like, "Leave Sister Chrome to me, I got this." And they go and, they do some stuff in the dinner table and all, and they talk. And Sister Chrome, like I said, she's very observant. But after that, they have, lunch, and when they're setting up for lunch, Sister Chrome decides to take their advantage, and she goes search the boys' room. And of course, she searches Norman's room. And she can't find anything at first. And there was this one weird scene where, like, Phil passes by. And remember, I told you on my other reviews, watch out for Phil. He's going to be very important. But he passes by all nonchalant, just singing. And he stops and he's like, "Huh?" And he goes back to the room. He says, "What are you doing?" And she gets freaked out. And she was like, "Cleaning the floor." And he just smiles and laughs. And he walks away. He's like, "Okay." And she takes a breather. And she's like super panicking. And then she finds a letter. And this letter was given to her, that she found was actually written by Ray about important information. And she went to her room to check this out, and she's just like, "I don't know how Ray got this information. Now, having Mother Elizabeth should know this, but with this information, I can get her in trouble and get the farm for myself." And then her door knocks, and she puts everything away, and she fixes everything, her bed and stuff, and she finally opens the door late. And when she opens the door, it's not one of the kids like we was expecting. It was actually Mother Elizabeth. And she's actually holding a scalpel or a knife in her hand. And this freaks out Mother Chrome badly. And Elizabeth's face expression, she just looked at her with nonchalant, just with like a smile. And it really got her creeped out. Especially because Mother Elizabeth, she took the knife that her hand was in, and she went like this to her, like going close to her face, and she got freaked out. And Sister Chrome, and she was like this. And then when she opened her eyes, her other hand of Mother Elizabeth went up, and it was actually a letter. And she was handing her a letter and a knife. But she handed her the knife first, and then she took out the letter. So just the way she was doing it in a creepy way got her shook. And she was like, "Oh, just a letter." She's like, "Yeah, it's from HQ. You should hurry up and read this quickly." So she cut the letter open, and she read it. And whatever she read in the letter, Sister Chrome freaked her out, because the mother was like, "Oh, I guess it's your time to go. Well, nice knowing you. Goodbye." And Sister Chrome is freaked out when reading this letter, and then it just ends off with a screenshot of the baby on her bed. That doll that she has, it's like a doll of her. So, and that was basically the end of the episode. This was a really good episode. This is really spicing things up since we're almost done, technically. We got like another 5 episodes left, so. But this was very good. Dramatic attack, but makes sense since it is a horror manga. Anime that's based off a horror manga, so. But we got a lot of information. It's nice to know Elizabeth and Mother Chrome age. it gets to show you that they are young, which means if they're young, they're superior to probably older humans/demons that they're working for. Also knowing that there's no security guards or patrol people because the mother have, the watches, and if anything goes wrong, they can always contact HQ and they can get their hound dogs out on them if they needed to. Which we found out that occasion probably had never rose. That's probably why their security is so weak, because no one has ever broke in or out. We found out the camera is what Ray's going to use to break the devices in the ears or take it out, whatever he's going to do with it. We also found out that he knows some information that even Mother Elizabeth is not supposed to know, which that is weird. Dana and Gayla, they're just doing what they told because they're like all lost and confused in this. And again, Phil was in this episode, and like I said, every episode Phil has like one scene that he's like super important in, and it makes you wonder, like, what's up with Phil? Like, what's his identity and what's going on with him? But this was a really great episode, episode 7, I'm sorry, of The Promised Neverland. If you have not watched it, otherwise you go watch it. Really great episode, great stuff. Hopefully we get a season 2 announcement soon. Like I said, we got 5 more weeks until it ends, because we're only supposed to have 5 or 12 episodes, or 12 or 13 episodes around that. That's the limit. And this is episode 7, so mathematically we have about 5 left, maybe 6, if it goes to 13, but I doubt it. But yeah, this was a great episode. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Tell me what you thought of the episode if you watched it, and what you expected, and what freaked you out the most. For me, it's Isabel, because she's so nonchalant about things, but then she has like this evil, creepy smile, like she's about to just go ham on you. I find her to be very creepy and distorting. I find her worse than actually Sister Chrome, but that's just me. But like, comment, share, subscribe, give this video a like. Please follow me on Twitter, link will be down below, and I catch you.